Hey yo, what's up everybody? It's Ryan Miller checking in with GST's YQMA episode number 36.
Hey yo, what's up everybody? It's Ryan Miller checking in with GST's YQMA
fat distribution
episode number 36
and how that
today, where I talk
you
about
as a stage
genetic
competitor.
fat distribution.
But first,
how that affects
let's
you as a stage
to
competitor.
hydration. Today's question rolls in from a great hard-working client of mine. His name is Mark S. And Mark is about 2 months out from his current contest. And what we're finding with his body is that he's getting very shredded and defined from the stomach up and the waist down. Now, this means that Mark's core is actually hanging on to excess body fat or stubborn body fat in this situation. And females, this video is not only about Mark and his midsection. That came out kind of funny, but yeah, females, you can relate to this because I bet you that 99% of you experience stubborn lower body fat. I bet you when you have a contest and you don't place, that the judge's feedback talks about tightening up your glutes, enhancing that glute hamstring tie-in, and just improving your overall conditioning throughout your lower body. Now what that judge is really saying is that you just needed to lose more lower body fat. You needed to get more fat off those legs, and if you did that, you would have had a more pronounced glute ham tie-in, you would have had tighter glutes, tighter hamstrings, more defined quads, and that would have probably led to your placing in the top 5, if not first place. So we all have areas of our body that really seem to hold on to fat a lot harder than other areas. Some areas of the body just dump fat right away, right off the bat. It's no problem. Those areas get nice and conditioned, and nice and lean, nice and shredded. But even though those areas are shredded, there's other areas of a person's body, of your body, that tend to really have a hard time burning off those final pieces or those final chunks of fat. Today, I want to talk about how to get that done and provide a nice little sample illustration to help you understand what's really happening here. Okay, now I really wanted to come up with an illustration that was gym themed and also a little bit funny in the process. So what I've come up with here is you have a dumbbell rack with a mirror in front of it, 10 dumbbells on that dumbbell rack. And then you have a dumbbell rack with 10 dumbbells on it, but there's no mirror in front of it. Essentially, people want to use the dumbbells that have the mirror in front of them. People don't want to sit there and lift without being able to see themselves lift. We all like to see ourselves lift, whether you admit it or not, especially when you're deep into contest prep. You want to see the work that you've put in, and you want to see the results of that hard work through that increased definition. You want to see vascularity that you've never seen before, muscle definition that you've never seen before. And so this illustration should really do the trick to help you understand what's happening in terms of your body holding on to some fat and easily losing other fat. Now the dumbbells with the mirror in front of them, they're going to represent the areas of your body that easily lose fat. And then obviously the dumbbells without the mirror in front of them, they're going to represent the areas of your body that hold on to fat real tight. Now we're going to let bodybuilders and female physique, figure, and bikini athletes walk into this gym one at a time. And keep in mind, people want to lift in front of the mirror. That represents the areas of the body that lose fat quickly. Okay, so we let one person in. They go right to the mirrored dumbbell rack and they grab off 2 dumbbells. We let another person in and they do the same thing. And then we let one more person in and they actually do the same thing as well. This represents the initial phases of your contest prep. Your body has already lost a great portion of its fat where it easily comes off. But your body has lost none of the fat in those areas that are really stubborn. So we let a 4th person in. They decide that that area is a little bit crowded right now. There's 3 other people lifting there. So they go over and they grab 2 dumbbells from the rack that represents stubborn body fat. So we let our 5th person in. They go over and they choose dumbbells from the mirrored rack. And then we let another person in. Obviously it's more full over here, it's jam-packed. So they go to the other rack that represents stubborn body fat and they grab 2 more dumbbells. All right, so now we've got 6 dumbbells over here left and we've got 2 dumbbells over here left. We let another person in and it's crowded, but they don't care, you know, they really want to see themselves lift. And so they grab those last 2 dumbbells off of the rack that represents non-stubborn body fat. Now this is later in the contest prep, fairly deep into the contest prep, because areas of the body that aren't stubborn are now shredded. But we still have those final pounds, those final areas where stubborn body fat is really hanging on tight. But now we have 3 more people, and we're going to let them into the gym, and we're going to see where they go. So you let another one in, and they really want to go to this mirrored dumbbell rack, but it's full, it's taken up, and people are not letting go of their dumbbells at all. So they have to go over and they have to choose dumbbells that represent the removal of stubborn body fat from your body. As you continue dieting, people continue to come into the gym, and they want to go to the mirrored, but there's no body fat to lose there left, and so they have to pick dumbbells from the areas of stubborn body fat that represent stubborn body fat. And this is what happens. As you continue to diet and that last person is let in, representing the end of a successful contest prep, the last stubborn body fat is removed from your body because you were persistent, you kept letting people into that gym, and those people were essentially forced to lift and pull body fat in an area and from the body that they didn't want to lift in, and that represents body fat that your body really did not want to lose, but you gave it no choice. So if you look at this example, the main takeaway message is that when you think you're done dieting because certain areas of your body are shredded, but the other areas just aren't to the point where you want them to be, they don't match, the answer is that, sadly enough, and no matter how hard it may be, if you want to get full body shredded, you need to actually continue dieting. In this example, that was continuing to let people into the gym, forcing them to use dumbbells that they didn't want to use, which represented the body forcing, or actually it represented you forcing the body to lose body fat that it really didn't want to lose. So the key to making sure that you lose stubborn body fat from those stubborn areas and make sure that you look best on stage, being able to place top 5 or better, even first, maybe even turning pro and winning the entire overall, is to make sure that you allow enough time in your contest prep to continue dieting past the point where you never have before. If you want to get full body shredded, 9 times out of 10, it just requires more time. For questions on this, email ryan@growthstimulustraining.com, comment below, and if you learned something new, please share this video and subscribe to this channel. I really like to continue bringing knowledge from my brain and putting it right into your brain, so I'd like to keep that happening for you. Thank you very much for watching. As always, I definitely appreciate the views.